Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Tuesday afternoon. I had a thought about all of the media coverage, all of what's going on with these university protests. A lot of people, it seems like most everybody is talking about it. And it's sucking up a lot of air. And I don't know. I just thought about this last night, too, and this morning. I have a thought about it. Bear with me. Also, are banks in trouble? I don't know. We'll go into that. And I have a very good passage that I will share here towards the end that you will definitely get something out of. Okay, so stay tuned for that. This media coverage of the protests, the anti-Israeli protests, and at these universities, it is like wall-to-wall coverage. Just about any media source you go to, it is plastered in great detail of what's going on there. I mean, this morning I saw where at Columbia University, where a lot of this started and is most intense, it seems like these people, these protesters, you could call it, it's more than protesting. They're destroying property, taking over buildings. They took over the dean's building, the dean's office. I mean, what? That didn't even happen in Animal House, the old movie Animal House. You know, can you imagine back in our time in school, if you'd have just tried to take over a building or take over the dean's office, like, I'm in charge now. That was a different time. We had respect and we were just raised differently, But can you imagine trying to do that back in those days? What would have happened to you? Expelled would have been the least of your worries, right? But anyway, that's happening. That's happening. Now, here in Athens, Georgia, where I work, I took a drive. I'm out in the field all the time, and I wasn't far from downtown today in my travels, and I took a trip right through campus and through downtown, and all was quiet there. They took care of business yesterday to what was going on there. So at least when I went through this afternoon, nothing was going on there. So, but anyway, like I said, it's just so much coverage on it that it seems to me like it's almost like, if I didn't know any better, I'd say it's a distraction, at least like a temporary distraction. Let's let the media just flood all this information to you guys, to you that we loathe, you, so it at least temporarily takes your attention off of everything else that's going on over here. Like the continued crime waves that get ever and ever emboldened and more dangerous. The continued invasion from the south. The continued inflation that is just ripping us up. The continued mental health crisis that continues to get worse, along with homelessness. The continued march into WW3 with a thermonuclear power like Russia. The corruption that's worse than ever. These bills they're trying to rush through and squeeze in there, passing tax laws to fleece you even more, send more of your money overseas. Teetering on a financial bank crisis, more devaluation of the dollar. Your dollar buys less and less, seems like every day. That kind of thing. It's just the continued slow breakdown or fast breakdown of just the fabric of society. Morals, civility, manners, you name it. It's all out there. Evil, just straight out evil, straight up evil. And I don't know what's going on, what happened with that North Carolina thing, all these law enforcement officers that got shot, 4 of them killed in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it's weird now, I haven't looked at an update in the last few hours, but very little information coming out of that. We know it was a warrant that was trying to be served. It sounds like at least 2 people were shooting back at the cops. Something about a weapons charge or something like that. It's fuzzy. It's very fuzzy, which makes me suspicious. Anyway, if you got more information on that, share it. But I think it seems like just this huge distraction. It's definitely took my attention, especially the last few days or so, to follow, because I report on all this stuff. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this just something to throw out there? Let's throw all this over here, and we're like, oh, and over here we're still doing our thing to tear you down, John Q. Citizen. And like Buddy Brown said, these students and they're not all students, I know, I get it. They're just losers. What kind of loser in life do you have to be? And I know some of them are very young and impressionable, I get that. But think for yourself for a moment. Guys, ladies, I mean, come on. Do a little research, learn some history. But they're just they're idiots. So we are not. We can only control so much. Let's not get so engrossed in it that we lose ourselves. We are not the losers. We are the productive ones. We are the backbone of the country. We work, we contribute, we help others. We pay our own way. We invest. We take care of our stuff. We abide by the law. Where did we go wrong? We actually follow the law. We actually pay taxes. We're trying to do the right thing. It's getting more difficult. It's getting more difficult, y'all. It really is. I mean, it really is. They're the losers, not you. They're the ones that have lost their minds and fallen under a delusion, not you. There's fears of a contagion of U.S. bank failures. First Republic Bank was the first one to fail in 2024. And there are rumors that some big ones could go down. Some people are mentioning names like Bank of America. We'll see. It wouldn't shock me. Keep some cash out. Keep some cash out, folks. We just don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going on from day to day. It could happen really quick. It really could. It could take us by surprise. And that's usually what these kind of things do. There could also be additional failures of small, local community banks, as well as the Bank of America's out there. So, and then the continued breakdown of society. I saw some stories, this wild brawl, middle of the day in Busch Gardens. These 2 groups of people were in line to ride this roller coaster, the Pantheon roller coaster. Never heard of it. At Busch Gardens. And a big brawl fought out. I guess they were fighting over who was in line first or something, just to get on a dang roller coaster. Come on, people. But I saw some footage of it. Adults. Fine example you're setting. And this older dude was in the middle of it. I mean, when we get older, man, when we get old, this guy was all gray and this young dude was just wailing on him. I mean, you gotta, if you're older, you better know how to fight. I mean, you better know how to fight. All right, if you're gonna stick your neck in there, or just don't go there. Come on, man. Think, people. I'm hearing from a lot of you, more of you, almost every day, about crime occurring in your communities that you're not used to seeing. And it's hitting close to home for a lot of you. I won't go into details, but it's very alarming what I'm hearing. Property damage, property being stolen, and not just like a little, little stuff, big stuff, like equipment and stuff, vehicles. And it's happening more often where people are like, yeah, this doesn't happen here. Well, it just did. Until it did. And so I'm getting a big increase in hearing about that. Trucks, trailers, all kinds of things. And many suspect that they are being done by the folks who are really legally not supposed to be here. Put it that way. And that's not a shocker either. It's a dang shame. But it's going to increase. And I think crime in general, even from citizens who are here legally, whatever, is going to increase because they're figuring out that there's little, in many cases, not every, little to no consequences for these actions. So back in the old days, they say crime don't pay, crime don't pay. Crime does apparently pay. It pays very well. I mean, that Riverside County deputy, he was getting paid well. I mean, he finally caught up to him, but working with the cartel with all that fentanyl, there's no telling what he was hauling in for years. But I know it caught up with him finally, but that was just one instance. Think about all the others that are going on, that just go on and on and on and on for years and years. But this is going to increase, so we got to think about our security as well. We can control some of that. We can control our security measures. Let's think about that also. Continue with our preps. Let's be smart. Situational awareness, folks. It's important more than ever out here. Even in just broad daylight, even in places where there's a lot of other people around you. Don't let your guard down for one moment. I know, it's exhausting, but we got to do it. All right. I'm going to go to the verse from James. This is from James, chapter 1, verses 19. I might go a little further. My dear brothers and sisters, understand this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. For human anger does not accomplish God's righteousness. Amen. That's easier said than done sometimes. We are human. We are sinners. But let's try to do two things. Let's try to be the ones that are quick to listen and hear people out. That means anybody, people you meet, your family, your friends. Hear them out. Be slow to anger. There are times when it happens. I get it. And there's righteous anger, yes. But let's be slow to do that and give it grace and give it a chance first. Okay, hear them out. Let's try to build up the people around us, support your loved ones, your good friends, people close to you. Let's just try to keep in mind to build them up. Support, positive. We need that now more than ever. Also, people that are around you. If you are around people that are toxic, who break you down, who are quick to anger, who don't want to listen to you, who are dismissing you, cut ties with them people. That might include some family. Don't let it bring you down. Don't let it tear you down. You cannot let it tear you down. Well, dog, it's my family. Well, if they're tearing you down, what are you accomplishing? You can talk to them about it and say, hey, this is what's happening. You need to stop. But if it continues, you cannot let it continue to tear you down and break you down and destroy you. Do not do that. Have nothing to do with those people. You want to be around people who are supportive, who are good examples, who are the light, who will build you up, encourage you. That's what we need to be. That's what you need. All right. I know that sounds kind of simple, but I hope it's helpful. Let's stay close to Jesus. Let's stay safe. God bless you. I will see you soon.